My name is Janaína.
Did you get it? Her name is Janaína. Okay, go ahead now, Hannah. You ask yours. Very loud.
Where are you from?
I am originally from Brazil.
Okay, ask a question now, Nadia. You can come over here to the side and ask it, so it will go into the microphone. You don't have to be. I can't bring it all the way over there because of the cable. You can stand here on the side and you won't be on camera. Yeah, but just say your question then.
The wrong question?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
How old are you?
I'm 39 years old.
See, she was okay with answering it because some people don't want to answer it. But I guess
yeah.
we're the same. We're okay saying it.
Yeah,
Right,
I didn't get that memo.
on that.
Where do you live now?
Well, I have been living in Norway for 11 years, but right now I'm on holidays.
Were you surprised?
Yeah,
About
Yeah, because they did. They probably didn't. They probably didn't expect you to say that. They didn't, because I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them anything.
okay, good.
So now, Osman, then your question is pretty meaningless now, because you were going to ask her, have you ever thought about visiting Norway? So you have to ask a different one.
What is your biggest dream?
My biggest dream? That's an awesome question. I've been thinking about this for the last years, been doing therapy. And I know that my dream is to travel all over the world.
Travel all over the world. I guess everyone would probably like to do that as well.
Yeah, and I understand that is very common, but for me, it's a thing that I always wanted when I was a kid too.
But I actually think you're close to getting there because you already started going someplace.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
When is your country's national holiday?
Is September 7? Yeah, is how do you say it correctly? September 7? It's like
Yeah.
Independence Day.
Do you think you would equate that to the National Day in Norway? I have to agree with that. Although they
Yeah,
celebrate independence.
yeah. We call independence, but yeah, Norway is still under a monarchy, at least. Like
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
That's
We don't have we don't have that for a while.
next person, Maya Lucina. Did you write it down? Because I can ask it for you if you wrote it down. Did you write it down? I can write. No?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy and don't bite.
Anna?
Do you have any siblings?
Did you hear that? Do you have any siblings?
Oh yeah, I have siblings. I have 8 siblings.
8 siblings.
Yeah, many.
Do you get to see them often?
Not really. I haven't been to Brazil in 7 years.
7 years, that's a long time. That's longer
Yeah.
than I haven't been there. I haven't been there since 2019. So that's only 3
Yeah.
years. 7 years. Wow.
Yeah, but I talk to them often on WhatsApp because
All right.
Brazil
Yeah,
is
I
very
don't use
popular.
WhatsApp. I'm probably the only Brazilian person who doesn't use WhatsApp. Do you guys know what WhatsApp
Exactly.
is? Do you use it? Yeah, most people don't use it. But Oda, you had a good question. Ask it. That was a good question.
It froze a little bit. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, can you hear us?
It froze it for a moment there.
But you can hear us, right?
Now I can. Yeah.
All right. Tell us what your hobbies are.
Well, I have a hobby to I do cooking. I try to do different dishes from all over the world, like especially from Africa. So yeah, that's my hobby. But I don't sell or anything, but I like to share with friends and family. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, a question from Amalia.
How is it where you're living?
What is it like where you live right now, where you are right now? Because you
Yeah,
are,
in a
yes.
special place, yes. It's called Ibiza.
Yes, Ibiza, go ahead.
It's Ibiza, and it's a wonderful place. It's like a small island called Islas Baleares. They call that here. It's like 3 islands, I think. And it's like a place where there is a lot of famous people come visiting in the summer because they have this culture of clubbing, like clubbing party. I didn't go there. I haven't been to clubbing because it's not my thing, but they have nice beaches. Sorry, I don't pronounce that word very well.
No, you did a good job with that. Beaches. We got you. We got you. Oh,
Sometimes it sounds like the other thing.
I know the feeling. Yes. Ingrid, F.
What is the craziest thing you have done?
I think is R-rated the craziest thing I've done, but well, I have one funny story from Brazil. Actually, everybody laughs at that. I don't know. I thought it was just normal, but when I had my third child, I didn't have money for taking a taxi, so I took the bus when I was in labor. So that was crazy.
You took.
I cut it a little bit. Okay, are
Do
we
you hear
there?
me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now
So you took the bus when you were in
in
labor with
labor.
your kid. Did you make it to the hospital before your water
Yes.
broke?
Yes. Well, I had a C-section, so I had to wait for a little
Okay.
bit. But yeah,
Oh,
I think this is crazy now because the reaction of people. But yeah, for me it was just I didn't have the money, so I had to take the bus.
can you tell me where in Brazil that happened? What part of Brazil are you originally from?
It's in northeast. Is a city called Natal. It means
Okay.
Christmas in Portuguese.
All right. So I've been up there. It's amazing over there. And there are
Yeah.
lots of Norwegian people living in Natal. So just so you know. So if you go to Natal and you don't know Portuguese and knowing English might not be very helpful in Brazil, but there might be lots of people who speak Norwegian in that city, in
Mhm.
Natal.
Yeah.
Lots of Norwegians, right?
Yeah. I met many Norwegians in Natal back in the day. Back in my day.
Who's next? Anneli, would you like to ask yours?
What would you do if you were given $1 million?
Did you hear that?
Mm, no, no, not very well.
What would you do if you were given $1 million? That's the $1 million question.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the traveling. I would like to do a lot of traveling. Yeah, it will be not lasting long, I guess.
You would use it to travel, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
And then you could make your dream come true, which brings
yes,
us back to the other question you were asked. So you were able to, you'd be able to use that money to go on trips all over the world.
yes.
Nadia,
Why did you move to Norway?
That's an interesting question too. Are you guys listening now? Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I've got. I met in Natal a man from Iceland. We were at a bar and then we met there, and he didn't spoke any Portuguese or Norwegian, so I was the only one that could speak English in the place. So yeah, we got married and then moved to Norway later.
You see? And he wasn't Norwegian, he was from Iceland. All
From
right.
Iceland. Yeah.
That is so like out there, and it's like it's the type of story that like when you tell people you're like, no, but how, tell us that again, how come he was in Brazil and how come he's from Iceland and then he went to Norway? People are always, because my story is kind of similar, but they know.
Yeah.
They already know my story. All right. Matilda, Ingrid, who else hasn't asked a question? One of you girls can go.
What languages do you learn in school?
What languages did you learn in school?
Yeah, primarily it's Portuguese in Brazil, but we had obligation to study English too. But I don't think they do a very good job at that. But we are like we are, what is it called, obliged to study English. It's the
Yeah,
only
it's
language.
mandatory. It's mandatory.
Mandatory, yes, it's mandatory.
Just a few months ago, I've been telling them that there's such a small percentage of people in Brazil who speak English, and I make a joke that I know everybody in Brazil who speaks English. I know because it's such a small group, and I'm
Yeah.
very interested in that. So I gravitate towards people who do. All
Yeah,
right.
that's-
Who hasn't said something yet? Matilda, Mylicena? Later, maybe? So who's going to go first? Matilda? Yes?
What do you work with?
What do you work with?
Well, I used to have business the last time. I had a beauty salon, but during the pandemic, we went down and bankrupt, and so I'm now not working. I'm not
All right,
working
because
literally.
I remember you had the salon and it was quite successful for quite a long
Mhm.
time. But the
Yeah,
pandemic took down a lot of people who had businesses like that,
yeah,
that
yeah,
were based off of being present and out and
yeah,
about. And when you couldn't do that, then
yeah.
I
It
hear
was
you.
for 6 years. We worked for 6 years. It was very nice. I had all my salary from that. I made the good money enough, more than beauty salons also used to give to pay. So, but yeah, now I'm not working, but I'm trying to do some kind of budget traveling. So I
Right,
can,
budget traveling.
yeah, like I staying by staying in Ibiza. Ibiza is not the cheapest place to be, but it's still cheaper than Norway. So,
Yeah. Do you think Norway is expensive?
well, it's a good salary and everything, but it's more difficult to save money and have some kind of standards, like
It
have
really
nice
is.
food and stuff.
So these guys are lucky, aren't they?
Yeah, very
Yes.
lucky. Yes.
They're very fortunate. They're very good kids. They're very fortunate
Yeah.
to have what they have, and I can tell they appreciate what they have.
Yes. Yes. They do. Yeah. I don't know if I should say, but I have children, so they lived in Norway. So they are very happy that they moved from Brazil to Norway.
They prefer it here.
They live in. My two boys live in Stavanger, and my girl lives in Oslo.
All right, but do they prefer Norway to Brazil?
I think so. As far as I know, yes.
All right, that's lovely then that they get the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, yeah, they lucky.
Okay, hands up if you haven't asked a question and you would really like to. Yes, go ahead, Nadia.
Is there something in your country you don't agree with or would change?
Is there something in your country that you don't agree with or would change?
Definitely, definitely, yes. I when I decided to move to Norway, I wasn't so sure because I didn't know any, I didn't have any experience. But now that I've been to Norway, I feel like many things that happen in Norway should happen in Brazil too. Like people have their basic needs met, that is not happening in Brazil, especially right now. So yeah, there are many things actually that I would like to change in Brazil.
That's good to hear because we might have changes now. We don't know
Yes,
where it's gonna go. We don't know where it's gonna go, but we'll
we have
see.
hope.
Yes, it's good to have
One
hope.
second, we have our.
So let me see. Has everyone said what they wanted to say? Christina? No? Right? Well, they're they're normally more talkative than this, but I still feel like they did a bang up job because they prepared themselves just a few minutes before you came online. You were brainstorming questions and different things. I'm very proud of these kids.
Yeah, me too. They're doing well.
Yes. Thank you so very much for doing this. And
No
I
problem.
deeply appreciate it. And we'll
You,
stay in
you
touch and keep talking. All
and you
right.
can ask me anytime.
Thank you so very much. You guys say goodbye.
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 Bye. Thank you.